Okay, well that did that again. That was supposed to be muted, but it wasn't. Okay, that's cool. Hello, everybody. Hello. There is a viral thing going around, and I shared it.
Mike Pasquarello.
Hey, Ice.
Dabs up, brother, cheers.
What's up, buddy?
Michael Goldsmith. Hey, nay.
What happened to you? I was like, you know my pat response. Your mom. All right, Michael Goldsmith. Iceman. Yes, we're live. Hello, everybody. So, I hope you're doing well. Let me just close all this stuff up here. Very good, very good. We can put the phone there. I've got my little light desk here. I'm all happy, all organized.
Michael Goldsmith. Just ate me a LN edible.
Uh-oh.
Double chocolate
going
cookie,
in.
yes, sir.
You're going in. No, there's no turning back now. So let me see if I can find this thing. Oh, yeah, here it is. There's a video.
And I will not.
Okay, so this is really weird and creepy. And you're probably going to have problems sleeping tonight after you see this, but, you know, that's basically my show in a nutshell. You guys, look. I'm DeSantis. I love doing that. Anyway, watch Ron DeSantis after he makes this statement, okay? Watch him smile.
And I will not let you down.
Patrick John Welder. I promise I won't let you down, and then the smile that everyone will remember. He's his own lie detector.
So weird.
Michael Goldsmith.
So transparent.
Even he didn't believe it, LOL.
We're riding on you, Trump supporters. All of our hopes and dreams we are counting on you, Trump supporters. Do not go down rabbit holes and get distracted.
Patrick John Welder.
Don't take your eyes.
He knows he's lying, LOL.
Don't take your eyes off the brass ring, okay? It's Donald Trump. Don't be distracted by stupid shit. You guys get serious and don't scare people off with stupidity. Keep it to the facts. Keep all of your delusions to yourselves, okay? And don't spread delusions out there. If you know it sounds weird, shut the fuck up about it. If you know you've got facts, use them, okay? I'm trying to help you guys, man. I'm trying to work with you. This guy over here that you see this guy right here, I'm trying to point to him. This guy, trust me on this. No level of psychosis can rationalize this man. And the entire state of Florida has rationalized him. Meaning a lot of people I consider friends. And it's sad and I hate it. I wish I could write all of them off, but I can't. I see them all the time. You know? They're blinded by their own hate. And let me tell you something. Hate is it's the strongest drug. You know, Adolf Hitler knew that. Don't let these leaders turn your hate into their fuel, their rocket fuel. Please, 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 okay? Hinterak, Hello, Hinorak. What's up? Welcome back, Hinorak. Welcome back, Hinorak. Welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, Hinorak. Ooh, welcome back, Hinorak. Ooh. Ooh, I love acting like I'm impressed with my own bullshit. That's part of the fun, is pretending that I'm impressed by it. Ah, ooh, did you hear what I said there? Ooh. That you, been busy. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Hinorak. Welcome back, Hinorak. I'm smelling somebody's grow right now. And their grow must have smelled so good. Oh, man, because it smelled like this. What? Oh, baby. It's what we're talking about. It's what we're doing. We're just taking a little bit off the top. We're taking just a little off the top there. Nothing major. Look at this. We're doing a dabby dabs. We're shutting it all down so that we can do a dab. Look at this. I got my favorites here. We're doing it all. We got all the hits playing today. We're hitting all the high notes. You guys having fun so far? Should we put this front and center? Oh, what's going on here? Should we put that front and center, guys? Ugh, God. That's pretty good right there. Just to show he's on something, or I don't know, dude.
Hey, bro.
It's like, you know what I said on Twitter? It's like they sent him to smiling instructional classes, and he skipped every class. You know? Dude, you got to go to the classes and pay attention to learn how to smile, and appear to be sincere. You gotta be sincere. You've got to feel it here. When you are going there, don't you be a square. Everybody knows right here to be sincere. I don't know the song. It's from Bye Bye Birdie, though, the musical. You've got to be sincere. Ron DeSincere. Ron DeSincere. Bro, that's his new name, Ron DeSincere. You've got to feel it here. Oh, Iceman, let's smoke. I'm going in at 8 minutes into this video. No, 8 minutes and let's say 45 seconds. 8:40, maybe 8:40. Do a little early. Ursa's here, everybody. Ursa's. It's like, can I stop smiling now? It's like I'm completely lying and I don't know how to convey a true smile when in my mind I know I'm not looking out for their best interests. You heard what he said that he couldn't smile to, right? What he said was this.
And I will not let you down. And I will not let you down.
Michael
and I will
Goldsmith.
not let you down.
Nay,
You
have
already
bought a
have.
goal yet, LOL.
You already have let us down. And I'll show you when, right after you say it. Right there. That's you letting us down. Right there. So that's you letting us down as soon as you said you weren't going to do it. No Laurie Garden Cannabis. Cheers, Iceman, Michael Goldsmith, Nick Brown, A, Patrick John Welder, Hinorak, Ursa. It's Josh G, Dave Fishing. Cheers, guys. Thank you for joining me today, everybody.
Michael Goldsmith. Cheers.
Don't you dare accuse me of drugging my girlfriend again, guys. But she's sleeping right now. It was the mustard gas. She got gassed. That and the Girl Scout cookie together. Fan me, baby, fan me. Fan on. A fan on. A woohoo! He's a little creepy, isn't he? A little bit creepy. We'll leave him over on the side screen though. Right there. So I can flick his ear. Flick his ear. Flick him in his ear. Flick Ron DeSantis in his ear. Flick him in his ear. You guys like that? Jazstag68, my favorite arguer of the day. Hello. How are you? I'm just recovering from a dab. I did a dab, and I got... You guys want to see something beautiful? It's a piece of driftwood from my creek. It almost looks like a lionfish swimming. I bring it to life. I bring the artwork to life. Anyway, I found this piece of wood in my creek. It was buried in the sand. I found a whole bunch of pieces of wood actually in the creek. Beautiful, beautiful wood. All kinds. He looked like an AI bot at the debates. Bro, it's different. Look, we've been under DeSantis for years, and we see him on TV all the time, and I'm telling you, he's never like that. They gave him some kind of an instruction, teaching him how to be, and he's just totally failing. You know, he's not being himself, and he can't be this thing that they want him to be without us seeing right through the act, right? If you saw DeSantis for what he really is, if you went back and just watched the Florida footage of him, you'll see he's like a little Adolf Hitler. He's very confident. He doesn't mince words. Somebody comes up and confronts him, he shuts them down instantly, like Chris Christie does. But all of a sudden now, he's got to try to pretend to be someone he's not. He's got to pretend to be presidential. He's not presidential. He's not like a Barack Obama type or a Bill Clinton smooth guy, even George Bush. He's not finesse like that. He's like an evil dictator that has no personality. But he fires on all 8 cylinders. He does. You're going to get the straight shit from me because I fucking hate the man. But I'll give credit, and I'll be honest with you guys. He's a strong leader in his own mind, and people love him for that because he exudes confidence when he speaks publicly. But since he started running for president, man, and he's getting instruction. You know how he's had to do his staff since he got on the road? Because they're trying to coach him and they're trying to teach him, and he's trying to do it. Dude, watch. The day Ron DeSantis fires all of his staff and just acts like Ron DeSantis, the dictator, is the day that he's actually going to succeed in the polls, because America loves a fucking dictator. Believe it or not. And if they saw Ron for what he was, look at Florida. Look no further than Florida. The people who are familiar with him, who see him on a regular basis, love him. And, you know, as goes Florida, usually goes the whole country. Yeah, exactly. So, Ursa, you always know if you watch my show, you're going to get the honest truth. And if I can give Ron DeSantis compliments, you know, I hate to do it, but I will. You know, you'll get the truth from me. It's not all narrative here. I don't do that shit. Yeah, I have my opinion. I would never vote for Ron DeSantis. I think he's evil. You know, I think his legislation sucks my dick. I'm sorry. I take that back. I'm sorry. I'm better than that. I'm not in agreement with any of his legislation.
Michael Goldsmith. One of the things I love about you, you say things exactly how you feel about it, good or bad.
Thank you, Michael. Well, that's what I hope people see in the show, you know? That's what I want people to see in the show. the people that were watching Destiny that I tried to get come watch the show, they didn't want that. They don't want brutal honesty from somebody. They couldn't take it because they knew sooner or later it was they were going to come face to face with it, and they just couldn't take it. You know, eventually I was going to call them out on their bullshit. They saw it coming and they ran. They ridiculed me and ran. And I was like, okay. I was like, I'm not going to stop podcasting just because a group of people doesn't like me. Well, fuck them. I just kept going. And now we got people. And you guys, and I'm so proud of the fact, because people try to make fun of me on even just today. Somebody said a nasty tweet. They said, whatever happened to you? And I said, I got a following again. I've got an audience now. That's what happened to me. So I actually have a reason to fucking, speak my mind. I saw this Black Mirror where this African American guy was pedaling a bicycle to help power the country. That's all he could do. All these people were pedaling all day, and green energy or whatever. And at one point, he lashes out at society, and they're so impressed by this that they offer him his own weekly podcast, because he was just giving them his true feelings, his honest, how he felt about shit, and not hiding it, and not being vanilla, and not being complacent. It was funny was, in order to get his word out, he held a piece of glass to his own throat, threatened that he was gonna kill himself, just so he could speak, just so they would listen to him. That's how he felt. They would have listened to him anyway once he started speaking, but that's not the point. The point is, once they gave him the podcast, he kept that piece of glass, and every time he did his podcast, he would sit there with the glass to his neck and do his podcast with the glass to his neck. And then when podcast is over, he'd take his glass and put it away, put it back in its it had a little box, hold a little altar box, he'd put it in and keep it all nice. Right on, Yorban, whatever your name is, Etsy and Yorban, right on. Thank you for telling everybody about your Etsy links. These people have money and they are willing to spend it, so. MAGA 45 and Get Winners Aren't Losers. Funny Trump children's book. It'll come up right here in the chat, everybody, if you're interested in it. I wonder if my Mike will win Etsy and Yorban is still here. I guess not. Maybe they're just spamming. You guys want some more of that shit? Boom. You want to see it in real time. In real time. Nobody does it like the natives. Dude, I stretched that shit out for you.
He's a cyborg, LOL.
It's so good with the smile, though. When you finally finish it, you get the... Everyone, DeSantis smile, now! What did I just tune into here, Creepy Ronnie? Do not vote for this man.
Killer GB 420. Looks like he is constipated and on the toilet.
I know, it looks like he's in pain, like he's got diverticulitis. Because I remember, dude, I looked just like that when I had diverticulitis. And I was in fucking excruciating pain, writhing in my bathtub in hot water, fucking saying I gotta go to the emergency room. That's what I looked like, bro. He seems like he's in a lot of pain. It seems like lying isn't suiting him.
And I will not let you down.
It's like settling out.
Down. 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 Down.
Sounds like a video game. Oh, Centipede.
Down.
I'm having so much fun right now.
Killer GB 420. Max Headroom.
Choo-choo down. 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 Choo 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 down.
Michael Goldsmith. Nay's expression is priceless.
Because all of you heard it.
Michael Goldsmith. Expressions.
Because all of you heard it. I'm just saying. All of you heard it. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying all of you heard it. He'll never let... What? What did you just say, you anti-Semite? What did you say? You said something? We heard you. Ron DeSantis? You anti-Semite? You. Ron DeSantis? You an anti-Semite? We're watching
Michael
you.
Goldsmith.
All of the socialist
You were
party.
so focused.
We've got our eyes on you. We're sending the Antifas in
Michael
tomorrow.
Goldsmith.
They're going to pick you up
LOL.
and take you outside and scorch you with their water guns. That's what we're going to do. We're going to tie you up and scorch you with our water pistols. Because that's what you do. And we got a few water balloons we're going to be tossing at you too. And I've got my mittens. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to slap you a few times because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to slap you. I'm going to talk about Medicare for all. And I'm going to slap you again with my mittens on and my big furry overcoat that I got from the coat factory. Where the fuck is he from? What's the coat factory called? Hey, don't listen to that guy. He ain't making any sense. Because you need to go put him back in the retirement community. That's where he belongs. We're shutting it up and shutting it down. We got the mustard gas. Nobody's even talking about mustard gas anymore. What are you even not doing? You're not doing the mustard gas, that's for sure. Nobody's even doing it. Palsy. Cyber. Hey ho, I got my fan on. Did you just get here?
Yeah.
Cool, that's the first time I heard you. Cool, bro. Cyber is here, everybody. Cyber Reload. Cyber Reload is here.
The freaking Oracle.
Freaking Oracle.
Morning.
Ken, what's up, Ken? I confused people when I said Ken the other day. They didn't know who I was talking about.
Lay Peter Guitar Jam. Moo.
Moo, Cyber.
Moo.
Moo. So,
Moo.
I'll take that moo. Absolutely, moo.
Moo.
He always has to get in the last.
Moo.
Heating. Sorry, I hope you're packed over there, Simon.
Almost.
The freaking Oracle. I'll take that moo and I'll raise you a moo moo.
Moo, are you? Moo, 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 moo. I really want to moo. Come on, tell me who I moo. Moo, moo, yeah, moo. I woke up in a Soho doorway. A policeman knew my name. Okay, so 29 minutes into this video. Those are the times and the times of the times of the times.
And I will not let you down. And I will not let you down. And I will not let you down. And I will not let you down.
He said it.
I will not let you down.
As he said.
And I will not let you down.
Said the brother now.
I will not let you down.
No doubt now.
I will not let you down.
Ron DeSantis said.
I will not let you down.
And he's lying now.
I will not let you down.
He's got a crooked smile.
I will not let you down.
He's a little Hitler.
I will not let you down.
You can't trust that.
I will not let you down.
Can't trust it.
I will not let you down.
Can't trust it.
I will not let you down.
Can't trust it.
I will not let you down.
Can't trust it.
I will not let you down.
Can't trust it. Dude, I rock. I am a fucking I'm a sample god. I'm a sample god. Can't trust it. No law regarding cannabis. Cheers, Cyber.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers, Ken. Cheers, Michael Goldsmith, California Tiki, Lorraine Hinnerack, Dave Fishing. Cheers, guys.
The freaking Oracle. Cheers all.
Yeah.
What kind of corrupt are we? What kind of corrupt are we talking about here, Tiki? What was that, Cyber?
I put a link in Discord. You don't have to watch it now, but you should really watch it at some point, that video. And you should really share it around to everyone who has something positive to say about China, because this video here fucking shows really how it is. It's now illegal to be sad in China. They'll lock you up for fucking 5 years if you walk around and you're looking sad or you post something into the internet that's not positive. That's now a fucking law.
Victims of its genocide it's carrying out on millions of Uyghur minorities in what?
Bro. Oh, you gave it to me at Did you send it to me at fucking 6 minutes in? You sent me a link 6 minutes in. Did you know that? That's funny.
I don't know. I just I was in the process of watching it and then I linked you.
Right on, right
I
on.
watched it earlier today, so it's probably how long I got into it or something.
Right.
No, I'm 10 minutes and 34 seconds in. So,
That's funny.
yeah, that's real.
And I will
But
not
that's
let you
really
down.
The nail on the fucking head, that video, man.
Ron DeSantis said, will not let you down. Little Hitler said, and will not let you down. With a crooked smile, I will
It's a
not let you
really powerful video.
That was a catchy tune, I'm just saying. I was spinning it, guys. I was spinning it.
It's awesome if you watched it now. I love that. It's a really good video.
The freaking Oracle. It was add a couple beats to it.
Add a couple beats to it. Thank you.
It's illegal to be sad in China. No, I'm not kidding. China's made it illegal to be sad. If you express your sadness, you can go to jail, be disappeared, or worse. You see, it's called picking quarrels and provoking trouble. 寻衅滋事. It's Article 293 of the 1997 Criminal
For
Code
being
of the
sad.
People's Republic of China. In
Yeah.
Article 293, it says, whoever
law
undermines
picking
public
quarrels,
order
that is
with
so fucking
anyone
broad, it can be used to anything. Anything that don't align with the government, you are picking quarrels. And you do
Tula
something
Tetro.
illegal.
Hi.
Hi, Tula.
Hi, Tula.
And I will not let you down. And I will not let you down.
of the following provocative and disturbing behaviors is to be sentenced to not more than 5 years of a fixed term imprisonment, criminal detention, or
That's
control,
memeable. That's some
willfully
memeable
attacking
shit
another
right there.
person, and the circumstances are bad. Chasing, intercepting, or cursing another
Look how
person,
they
and the
fucking-
circumstances
with
are
those
bad.
sheets, that's what
Forcibly
they do.
taking away, demanding,
They're not allowed
or
to see
willfully
them cock
damaging
one
or
up with
seizing
big
public or
sheets.
private property.
Like flags. They're giant flags.
Yeah.
It says police on it.
And the circumstances
Yeah.
are serious, or creating a disturbance in a public place, causing serious disorder. And that last line is the important one. This tricky little law has been dictator Xi Jinping's calling card.
You know what those were, right, Cyber?
Which one?
You know what those blue sheets were, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They were
You
bl-
mean the?
for people that don't know, they're blinds, so that when the police are beating the shit out of people, these dudes come up with those sheets and put them up, make a really quick wall, and they can do anything behind those sheets. Nobody else can see what's going on. That's what the fuck
They
those are.
use it all the time. If there's a traffic jam or something, or an accident, they got just covered up.
Yep.
Has made it illegal to be sad. If you express your sadness, you can go to jail, be disappeared, or worse. You see, it's called picking quarrels and provoking trouble. 寻衅滋事. It's Article
freaking Oracle.
293.
Could
of
you
the
imagine the
1997
Clockwork
Criminal
Orange
Code
you
of
with
the
your eyes
People's
open
Republic
watching
of
comedy
China?
to make you happy
In
part
Article
of rehab?
293, it says,
Yeah,
whoever
I totally
undermines
could imagine
public
China
order
doing that
with
to people.
Any one of the following
Totally
provocative
fucking
and disturbing
strapping them
behaviors
down,
is to be sentenced
torturing
to not
them.
more than 5 years of a fixed
Absolutely,
term
bro.
imprisonment, criminal detention, or control, willfully attacking another person, and the circumstances are bad. Chasing, intercepting, or cursing another person, and the circumstances are bad. Forcibly taking away, demanding, or willfully damaging or seizing public or private property, and the circumstances are serious. Or creating a disturbance in a public place, causing
You got
serious
really fucking
disorder.
bold
And that
fucking
last line
belt,
is
that's
the
good.
important one. This tricky little law has been dictator Xi Jinping's calling card since he took over in 2011. However, I lived in China for 10 years and I started to see him really abusing it around 2015 and onwards. This Swiss Army knife of totalitarian laws can cover literally
Dude.
everything. And recently, China
Here's my question. How the fuck has China not come after and assassinated this podcaster? You know, don't you think China would fucking assassinate this guy if they knew he was saying all this shit?
Yeah, and they have all the Tencent's army go after both him and the other dude that had the China show.
The two guys.
And they get death threats on fucking daily basis and shit like that. I don't know how they deal with it, to be honest. I just know they're getting threats on a daily basis because they're talking about it. And
they get ninja'd and shit, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking.
And it's been using it to silence sad people. Whether I'm on my computer or I'm on my phone, I make sure that I run a VPN. And so should you. A VPN is a secure tunnel that makes sure that nobody can see what you're doing online to keep all of your information safe. And the VPN that I choose to use is Surfshark VPN. Melancholy, because in the People's Republic of China, you simply cannot be sad. Because you're supposed to be living in a utopia. China has now stopped reporting on youth unemployment.
All those coins
it's
you
making
make
people
now,
very
awesome,
sad, and you cannot talk about it anymore. A few videos back, I interviewed some Chinese people about how bad it actually was. And the long story short is, it's really bad. In fact, I went back and talked to some people in the city that I lived in, Huizhou, and it has gotten really, really terrible. It's hard to find work, and when you do find it, it is very poorly paid. In fact, some decent positions are only paying a few $100s per month. The government's response to the fact that China has one of the worst youth unemployment rates in the world, and it's getting much worse, is not to report it anymore. And if you want to make
that's their answer for everything.
Meaning you want to talk about it online, you want to talk about it with your friends, you want to complain about it, picking quarrels and provoking trouble. The old Swiss Army knife of laws that I had mentioned previously. And guess what? If you keep it up, you get arrested. You get disappeared. In fact, I lose contact with many dissidents that I talk to in China. But no, sorry. You cannot be sad in China. It's utopia. The same thing happened with the lie flat movement. The idea is that the government isn't going to do anything to fix our problems. They're not going to get us jobs, so we're going to lie flat and we're going to let this rot. We're going to be apathetic. We're going to protest by not doing anything. The youth protested the government by being apathetic, and then the government banned it. If you talk about lying flat or you shared images about it, you get arrested. You make it bigger deal
lying
out of
about.
it, and guess what? The police show up.
There shall be none.
It disappeared.
There shall be no relaxing in our society.
Is currently collapsing in China. Two juggernauts are going under, and that is a huge bulk of China's economy. People are losing their loans, their houses. Some people have paid and they haven't even been built yet, and they're not going to get anything in return. This house of cards is in free fall, and if you complain, you go to jail. You cannot be sad about your lost life savings. The economy is currently circling the toilet bowl. And instead of being transparent to let people discuss their solutions, the Chinese government just bans talking about it. It's obliterated the amount of economic indicators that it releases to the world to see. It just pulled up a massive curtain over what it's actually doing. And it's going back to the same levels of transparency as Chairman Mao. But no, you can't be sad in China. It's utopia. In 2021, in the city of Zhengzhou, the government was showing off its amazing idea. And that idea was called sponge cities, meaning that cities simply can't flood. And guess what? It flooded. A 4-kilometer-long tunnel, completely chock full of cars, was filled to the brim in 5 minutes. It killed every single person.
That's what Tiki got banned from social media for talking shit about Governor Newsom. That makes sense. Fuck. I'm sorry that happened.
The freaking Oracle.
Tiki, that's fucked up.
Damn.
She says, no way I'm posting details about Newsom on here. I was banned from Facebook, Instagram, and Gab after I posted just one bit of info about that piece of shit. And then Tiki said this, bro. The CCP is the deep state of China. The people of China are standing up, but it's slow because the CCP will disappear anyone who stands up.
Yep. That tunnel he's talking about right now, at least 5,000 people died in that tunnel. The official number from the CCP is below 100.
Yeah, typical
And they
Chinese
just covered it.
reporting.
And then people went out and laid flowers down the tunnel, you know?
Yeah.
That got covered up also. Not allowed to do that.
Inside.
Because that symbolized
Now
people
you do the
died
math
there, you know?
there.
It's
We
What do
crazy.
you
couldn't
really
have
think that is? Well, according to the government, 4 people died in that
Nick
tunnel.
Brown.
4.
A
Hashtag
tunnel that was
cyber great.
4 kilometers long, filled to the brim with water, and cars back to back in traffic. Only 4 people died. Does that logically make sense to you? Well, later on, the government declared
Whoa.
that the entire flood, the flood that displaced millions and millions of people, and affected millions of people, moved them out of their homes, people died floating down the streets, the whole flood only killed 300 people in the end.
Yeah.
If you look at the cars that were pulled out and later put on a field, you can see that not only is that simply impossible that 4 people died in that tunnel, but the most insanely, ridiculously conservative, I'm talking living in a fantasy world figure, would put it at a bare minimum of 5,000 people
Jeez.
in the tunnel, not just the flood, just in the tunnel alone.
What, 5,000?
Not to mention the
Yeah.
huge swath of China that was flooded. Naturally, people will want to lay flowers at the scene of the tragedy because they're mourning, they're sad.
those 4
they
people.
knew died.
For those 4
Well, the
people.
government
Those
didn't
4
want
people, yeah.
people to see how many flowers were being laid. They cleared them out. That's what they thought of people's mourning. They cleared out the flowers. And when more flowers showed up at the entrance, they censored them with barriers. They
That's what
literally
that's what
erected
they do.
barriers so that
Yep.
people couldn't see the
That's what they
flowers.
do,
They
man.
didn't want people to do the math on how many people actually died. In fact, when people questioned the death toll, people that lost family members, daughters, sons, wives, grandparents, they were arrested. Words about the numbers or floods were blocked. You see, there was a joke in the Soviet Union that people are just a number. They're not even people anymore. But in the CCP-led China, you're not even a number. You're erased from memory. You're nothing. But no, I'm wrong. You cannot be sad in China. It's a utopia. When China's most famous human rights activist and Nobel Peace Prize winner Liu Xiaobo died in a torturous Chinese prison, China blocked the candle emoji so that people couldn't mourn his death. A man who championed and stood up for the rights of the Chinese people was banned from existence. And then people couldn't even show a digital candle in his honor. You cannot be sad in China, though. It's a utopia. In 2022, millions of people across the country poured out in mourning of the victims of a fire in western China. It was in a city called Urumqi. The victims died because the government wouldn't allow people to rescue the victims because of COVID restrictions. In fact, this happened a lot around China. People held up white pieces of paper because they knew they couldn't say or do anything, but even that was banned. The protests were squashed, they were smothered, they were stopped in their tracks. Protesters gathered on a road called Urumqi Road in Shanghai because it had the same name of the city of the fire. And the government response was to remove the sign so that people didn't see it. After they squashed the mourners' movement, they trained police to censor people with giant black sheets. If anyone showed up with a white piece of paper, I'm not making this up. But no, I'm sorry. You cannot be sad in China. It's utopia. China has banned any and all discussion of the mourning of the victims of its genocide it's carrying out on millions of Uyghur minorities in Western China. But you cannot be a sad Uyghur, and you cannot mourn sad Uyghurs because you will be arrested. In fact, countless Uyghurs are currently in prison for even doing something like using a VPN on the internet. But no, I'm sorry, you can't be sad in China. It's a utopia. People were dropping like flies from COVID in China, but rather than report on the numbers, China hid them. They told the rest of the world that COVID wasn't contagious, and they got the WHO to relay this message to the world. They allowed people to leave the country, and they silenced anyone that questioned the origin or the true death toll. And in the end, the country that COVID came from, China, had 10% of the deaths that the US had. They also blamed it on everyone but themselves. You question this figure or the origin of COVID, or you mourn your dead relative, you go to jail or you disappear. But I'm sorry again. No, I'm wrong. You cannot be sad in China. It's utopia. The recent floods in Beijing are the biggest recent farce. China has claimed that 33 people died in the worst flooding in 140 years. Millions again were displaced, and China banned discussion of the flooding damage to the point where when I spoke to people in China, they didn't even know it existed. One of the most apocalyptic floods that wiped out a huge area. Some people literally didn't know that it happened. When bridges collapsed, they didn't rescue the victims. No, they put up metal barriers so that people couldn't see it and discuss the damage and poor quality of China's
barriers,
infrastructure.
dude.
Entire villages and towns were sacrificed to prevent the flood from affecting government leadership in downtown Beijing. But everyone's voice was silenced. These families were shut down. You cannot be sad in China. It's utopia. I could do this all day. I could make a 10-hour video on a case-by-case basis to show you what happens when you allow authoritarianism to take over.
Right.
While Americans bicker amongst themselves about tribal politics, a behemoth of a dictatorship called China is erasing its own people, silencing its critics, even abroad, and trying to call the shots in your own country. All while sick, corrupt people cheer it on. No, the issue is not your partisan politics. It's foreign influence campaigns that have seeped into what you consume. Instead of unifying to understand the clear threat that the world is dealing with, people would rather delude themselves into thinking their problems come within. The disinformation campaigns from China and Russia to dismantle the US and other democracies around the world and to make people lose trust in their institutions and media is working. And China thinks you are but a mere pawn in its plan. Life under China's government is a nightmare for its people who speak out, and hopefully you've gotten a little glimpse of why that's a future
Raleigh,
you
California
probably
found an
don't
illegal
want.
lab by the Chinese government experimenting on lab
If you want
rats
up-to-date
creating
current
COVID in our
events
country. They
news,
found
you
it
gotta
because of
join
an
my
illegal
live show
water
called
hose
The
hooked
China
up by
Show.
consent.
Every single Friday, we
Tula
cover the
Tetro.
latest and craziest
The
stuff
link
that's
to your
coming out of
message.
China, whether it's good, bad, somewhere in the middle. Everything that's important out of China, we cover it. We have people on the ground there that we get reports from, and we do our own research as well. I highly recommend it. It's super entertaining and it's very informative. Go to the China Show and make sure you're subscribed there. Thanks.
At some point there was a big train crash in recent years, also where hundreds of people died. They buried the trains with the people inside. They just fucking buried it. Where it crashed. Communism, man. Oh wow, dude. Five
Bonsai
people
house.
hit.
Evening.
We just came in right now. 5 people hit up shot in Christiania. A 30-year-old man died.
Holy shit, dude. I thought that place was shut down.
It was, but there have been a lot of fucking.
Bonsai house. Remember the diarrhea embargo of
People
76.
cannot get in there, you know. So there's been demonstrations and shit, and a lot of shit has been destroyed, and
Fuck, bro.
it just literally took them. Oh, it was a rocker. That 30-year-old guy was a rocker.
Tula Tetro.
Who
Sent.
said to Hara.
The link to your messenger. Found an illegal lab by Chinese government experimenting on lab rats creating COVID in our country. They found it
I
because of an
heard that
illegal
the
water
China show
hose.
talked about that also. We were saying
She's
there was in the
messaged
process
it
of
to
making
me.
a video about it. I never saw it. But yeah, I heard that a Chinese lab was found in California where there was testing a lot of viruses and shit. That's all I know.
Nick Brown. I seen that video.
Dude, can anybody find...
Nick Brown. Central California.
I'll send it to fucking
That's fucked
Will
up,
Brown.
man.
Send it to Willie Bragg. He'll get it out there. I'll send it to Ron Placone. He follows me. Hell yeah. Dude, it's so crazy. It's such a crazy report from that guy, man. Oh my god. How much of that is hyperbolic, bro? Do you think it's all completely dead factual?
About China?
Yeah, what he just said. That guy. I said.
Yeah, I totally believe everything he says and his when from the China show. I totally believe everything they say true.
Hi and
Right.
hello. Wonder how I got the suggestion for this channel. Hope you are all having a nice day.
Your name's Pierre. What's up, buddy? We used to know a guy named Pierre. Hi and hello. Wonder how I got the suggestion for this channel. Hope you're all having a nice day. You wonder how you got the suggestion? You think that's
Or some kind of algorithm
is
or something like that.
is that Pierre? Is your brother's name Hashbean, bro? Pierre, dude. That's the second time I've ever seen that name in my entire life.
Tropical
really?
thing. Hello, Nay.
Second-
Smiley face.
second
Looks
time.
like you're a step ahead of me. Cheers.
Pierre from Hashbean's brother's the only Pierre I've ever met.
Really?
P-E-R.
That's quite. It's a normal Danish name. Kind of
Really?
old school name, but it's really.
Is it short for something?
No. It's just a name.
That's awesome, bro. It's a common name. I guess not, because he's not answering. His brother must not be Hashbean.
Per.
The
Kihi.
function
My name isn't
pension
Per. It's a common
Yeah,
name in
pension.
Norway, however.
He says the name Pierre is a common name in Norway, and no, that is not his name. Oh, okay. So, kind
I
of
guess
weird
it's
calling
common
you.
in both Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. Scandinavian common name.
There you go. Deep State of China. Okay, and the reason I don't use my name on Rumble and Truth Social now, I was doxxed and had to move. I'm sitting in my
That sucks,
backyard with headphones on so my neighbors can't hear what podcast I listen to. Trust no one. Never fear truth. Always say what you want. If you're banned, then just keep opening new accounts. Newsom approved that lab in California. There's more. There's a lab in California.
Trendy Nick.
Interesting.
Any
I would
left has
imagine
comebacks
that
like a
is
second
definitely not the
nader.
only lab they have. And I think they probably have labs all around the world, right? Not just in the States.
Like a second grader. Lots of labs
Just
here.
like they have those police stations around the world also in other countries. I mean, that's fucking mind-blowing.
The deep state takes 90 cents and only 10 cents goes to fixing streets, says Tiki. I don't know what lab in California you guys were talking about. You have to tell me about it.
I haven't seen the video.
My name is
that
Lars.
dude we just saw.
My full name is quite unique though, and not so
and
EA
he's
to
very-
spread it out there. To recognizable. Smiley face.
Right on, Lars. That's a cool name.
They talked about it on the China show. They wanted to make a video about it, or it was in the process, but I never saw the video. But I heard about it, that lab there, and I believe I saw a news article about it also a few months ago. So I definitely think it's true.
We should play some Metallica. Metallica, Lars.
That's a common Danish name also. Probably also Swedish and Norwegian. But a lot of people is named Lars in Denmark. I think I know at least 4 or 5 Larses.
Wow.
In real life, not just
Dude, the sun came out and burned all the green shit underneath those lime trees that I took the weed eater and there's all this tall grass around these lime trees and I cut it all back. And the tangerine tree's sprouting really nice, huge leaves too. And it's just, all that growth is completely dead on top. And it looks really, really good. It's
Tula
just
Tetro.
no grass and weeds growing up in there anymore. There's the link, Tula sent.
No, I'm gonna hit start.
We're just gonna block channel 30. That's it.
Everybody ready? Okay. Want to thank all of you for
think it's
being here. I'm here with
creepy.
Council Members Miguel Arias, Council Member Nelson Esparza, also our City Attorney Andrew Jans. I want to address, obviously, the Reedley Lab, what the City of Fresno is doing, and an ordinance that my colleagues and I are bringing before the City Council on Thursday. Some background. On July 25th, the Mid-Valley Times broke the shocking story that an illegal biolab had been operating in Reedley since December 22, where, according to the lab representative, quote, mice were genetically
I noticed you
engineered
were
to catch
watching
and
some
carry
stuff
the
about China.
COVID-19
I
virus.
can recommend the YouTube channel, China Uncensored.
China Uncensored, you heard of that one, Cyber?
yeah.
Trendy Nick.
Yeah. I know
This is the
that's
one I
guy you
watched.
don't like. I
Thanks
remember,
for sharing, Tula.
The guy you thought was Coffeezilla, the way he talked, the way because when you talk, you remember that time when I said you should watch a video with Coffeezilla and you watch, oh, I don't like that guy, and then you make a parody of how he talked.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
That is, I think you thought about the guy from China Uncensored because he kind of talked that way, but he talked that way ironically. He don't do he have a really fucking dark humor, and you have to take that into the way he talked.
Right.
He's not, I mean, and then it all falls together. But yeah, China Uncensored is a great channel. It really is.
Virus. End quote. Now, after further inspections in the Reedley Lab, what the City
Bonsai
of Fresno
House.
is doing, and an ordinance that my colleagues and I are bringing before the City Council on Thursday. Some background. On July 25th, the Mid-Valley Times broke the shocking story that an illegal biolab had been operating in Reedley since December 22, where, according to the lab representative, quote, mice were genetically engineered to catch and carry the COVID-19 virus, end quote. Now, after further inspections, investigators found blood, tissue, bodily fluid samples, and thousands of vials that were not labeled. They also found 900 mice and nearly 200 that were dead. On May 4th, the CDC inspected the lab and found infectious agents that were both bacterial and viral in nature. Some of these included hepatitis B and C, rubella, malaria, E. coli, pneumonia, and chlamydia. It became apparent that the lab had illegally disposed of medical waste that possibly ended up in the landfill. It was believed that the people operating the lab were Chinese nationals, and it was reported that they were refusing to cooperate with investigators. Now, after the report in the Mid-Valley Times on July 25th, I received numerous calls from concerned constituents asking me questions about the lab and hoping to get information that they had every right to know. It's important to remember what our community, nation, and world have gone through from the nearly 3-year COVID-19 pandemic, which many believe resulted from a lab leak out of the Wuhan lab in China. Now, worldwide, there were 7 million deaths. In the United States, there were 1.2 million, and in California, 103,000 deaths. The COVID-19 virus was responsible for the destruction of lives and livelihoods,
Grant
the economy,
Wagner.
businesses.
Lurking.
Children were foolishly locked out of school for 2 years and were destroyed academically, socially, and emotionally. People lost their freedoms. They were forced to get experimental vaccines, and they were repeatedly lied to by the CDC and government officials. Now we get the same lack of transparency from the Board of Supervisors, and them pointing fingers at everyone but themselves. Now, our citizens had and have every right to know about this lab and what was going on out there. And so I held a press conference on July 31st raising questions that my constituents were asking. Now, some of them were, is the lab sponsored by the Chinese government? What was the purpose and goals of their experimenting with COVID-19 and having mice catch and carry the disease? What were they doing with all the bacterial and viral infections found at the illegal lab? Are the people that were running and operating the lab Chinese nationals or American citizens? If they weren't American citizens, did they come here illegally? Are there any current potential dangers to the public as a result of the experiments and the illegal dumping of medical waste that involve COVID-19 and other potential infectious agents? And with
Wonder how
Lemoore
many
Naval Air
infected
Station
mice they have
40
loose.
minutes away, miles away from this illegal lab, was the location of this illegal lab a coincidence or was it purposeful? Most importantly, why wasn't the public informed of this illegal lab? The Fresno County Department of Public Health, has an obligation to notify the public of potential dangers, both past and present. Why were the Board of Supervisors also silent and hiding this information from the public? This is similar to the crisis with foster children sleeping on the floor. They only addressed it when it was exposed to the public through the Fresno Bee. This is frankly disgraceful and represents a willful decision to hide from and shirk their responsibilities as elected representatives of the public. Now, since my press conference on July 31st, Fresno County has released more information, but this information has only
Grant
raised more
Wagner.
questions.
I may have
They
to come
report they
visit
had
Florida.
a press release ready to go out to the public in March or April if the public found out about the lab. But of course they didn't, so no information was put out to the public. Now one supervisor states he was informed about the lab on March 22nd, while two other supervisors state they were only informed on July 27th, with one of them being the chairman of the board. How is it that the chairman of the board would not be informed about the lab, but others would? Two other supervisors, Mendez and Brandow, refused to tell the public when they were informed or what they were told. Supervisor Brandow has remained silent about his knowledge of the lab, except to attack those constituents who are angry at not being informed and calling them, quote, sycophants for supporting my efforts to get him and his colleagues on the board to be more honest and transparent with the public. Supervisor Mendez called me Joe McCarthy for calling out the Board of Supervisors, hiding this from the public, which is typical of his ignorant comments and need for a history lesson. Supervisor Magzik now states that Governor Newsom's Department of Public Health pressured the county to not release information which the Public Health Department from California has stated is, quote, patently false, end quote. Someone's not telling the truth. Now, no matter how much the Board of Supervisors attempt to blame others for their failures or to attempt to deflect from their incompetence, the public should have been informed about this dangerous illegal lab in their backyard. The fact is, if not for the July 25th Mid-Valley Times story, 8 months after the illegal lab's discovery, when and if ever would the County Department of Public Health and the Board of Supervisors have notified the public? Would they have ever done so? It's clear, with China stealing intellectual properties, buying land near military sites, having a spy balloon traverse our entire country taking pictures of military installations as it went from one coast to the other.
There's absolutely no evidence of that whatsoever, what he just said. So now I have a hard time believing anything else a motherfucker says. You know, it's like, okay, so you just lied about the spy balloon. What else are you lying? Is this whole lab made up now? You know?
And now discovering this illegal biological lab doing experiments with COVID-19.
What's in a
and
massage
dangerous
parlor?
infectious agents in Fresno County. We at every level of government must be more hypervigilant and enact better safeguards to ensure the safety of the public. That is why this week, I, along with my two colleagues, council members Miguel Arias and Nelson Esparza, in consultation with the city attorney's office, have brought forward a new city ordinance, the Infectious Disease Lab Accountability and Transparency Ordinance, to address this critical issue in the city of Fresno. This ordinance will ensure greater accountability and protection for the public. At my July 31st press conference, I called on the Board of Supervisors to enact similar legislation
Tropical
to
thing.
protect the public
Sorry
and
for
to
spam.
ensure the public is aware of such a lab in the future. It's been 3 weeks, and as is typical, nothing from the Board of Supervisors has been done. Speaker McCarthy, recognizing the seriousness of this dangerous lab, has already said there will be congressional investigation into this lab, and I'm sure greater oversight will be pursued. The same should happen on the state level. Lastly, what we can never tolerate is information being hidden from the public. There being lack of accountability and transparency, calling constituents who want information, quote, sycophants, and avoiding responsibility, which is what we've seen from the Board of Supervisors. That is completely unacceptable. The public pays the bills, every elected official works for them, and the public has a right to always know what happened and what affects them and their families. That is why we've brought forward this important ordinance before the City Council, and we hope it's passed unanimously on Thursday.
Wow. Dude. Oh, this is fucking... We're only 8 minutes in. It's 30
Grant
minutes.
Widener. Olukat.
So good morning. I want to start off
Bonsai
by
House.
echoing the sentiments
What
of
kind of
my
helmet is he
colleagues.
wearing?
As the city's
Alpine
elected
Star.
representatives, we have the opportunity on a daily basis
Grant Widener. Kikapsan. Grand Slider. Rocky.
I don't know that song. But I'd like to learn it one day. I'm just playing it for Tiki because she wanted to hear some riffs. Take my life, but I'll take yours too. You find your musket, but I'll run you through. So when you're waiting for the next attack, you better stand, there's no turning back. Oh, I gotta work on that. I get it. I get it one day. I'll sit down and listen to it. Right, Dad? It's kind of nasty. That's kind of fun to play like that. I'm getting close, man. I'll have it soon.
Trendy Nick. Trendy Nick. Wish I could play guitar just 1-10 teenager what you can.
heavy out there, man. Do some more yard work. I want to finish up out there. I almost got it done, man. But I want to do around the banana trees next. And then I want to spray poison around the citrus trees so the weeds don't grow back. That shit nice looking, man.
Bonsai house. I picked up a hitchhiker today. He said fucked up, so I secretly took him the wrong way. Which was the right way for him. He started making R-word jokes.
bad.
Bonsai House.
This sporting
Laundry
short
and dishes.
dresses, wear high heel shoes. Look distraction and nylons too. 'Cause it's
Bonsai
bad.
Play with me.
The nationwide. Well, they're bad. I live in Read Your Feed Day. Dusty, what's up? Buck Fine, yo, what's up? I'm actually glad COVID idiots are wearing masks again because it removes all the guesswork. Read your feed, nay. I have to run. Peace out. Okay. Sterling Muse, rise up. Sterling, get the message out. I'm nationwide. Oh, yeah. We're cruising down the road in the cold blue steel. And we're feeling alright. We're laughing and we're joking in the middle of the night. 'Cause we're bad. We're nationwide.
Bonsai
we're
House.
bad.
Dusty sounds less than dusted. There's an Antandra in there. Sniff, sniff.
Nationwide. Oh yeah. Cruising down the road in my V8 Ford, I had my blues, I had my shine on my boots, I had my sideburns, Lord, with my New York brim and my cold dude displayed. Nobody give me trouble 'cause they know I got it, 'cause I'm bad. I'm nationwide. Yes, I'm bad, 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 bad. I'm nationwide. Oh, yeah.
Bonsai House. Do you have a saxophone? Perhaps a lute? That shit rocks. Or a setter. So rock and roll.
No, I don't have a sousaphone, man. I wish I had a sousaphone because just the word sousaphone is fun to say. Sousaphone, sousaphone, sousaphone,
To
sousaphone.
grapple with and solve a myriad of issues. We're well versed in the most pressing municipal issues of our time, but every now and again, there's something novel that presents itself. COVID-19, in the most literal sense, what was just that. But fast forward to today, post-pandemic, and there are still surprises. An issue of health, safety, transparency that we are meeting head on with legislation this coming Thursday. It is our responsibility to react to
Bonsai
situations
House.
like the discovery.
If you can
of
play a
this lab in
saxophone,
our
you
home
get all the
county
crotch you
according.
want.
We are ultimately responsible
Oh, great.
for
That's
the
great
safe
news.
operations of businesses, developments within the city's limits. I want to make clear that our intent with this proposed ordinance is to achieve three goals. And again, that's safety, health, transparency with all of our residents when concerning infectious disease labs. The passage of this ordinance will not be an unfamiliar role for our city. In 2020, at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, this city council acted swiftly and responsibly for our city's residents by securing resources needed to set up necessary systems to maximize the health and wellness of our city. The council established testing sites so residents could receive results in a timely manner, partnered with organizations that engage in contact tracing to help prevent the further spread of the virus.
Oh, well, you guys don't believe in that shit, so I know you don't want to hear about it. Alright, so, cool. We talked about all that, and now we talked about all that, and I'm good. I hope you guys are good too.
Bonsai house.
We're all good.
I can't play cause crotch usually comes with rashes of sorts.
We had a few people here. It was nice. I don't know who's left. Doesn't seem like a lot. You know, maybe just like 27 or so of you. But, gonna say I hope you enjoyed the hour and 45 minutes, guys. I'm gonna go. Love y'all. Take care. And I will see you tonight, probably later on, for a late show. Why not? Hey, man, why don't you go? Oh, jeez. Did that just happen while I was watching it? That was weird. Ron Placone, I swear it said 999 followers, and as I was watching it, went to 998. It was really weird, but he's got 998, man. You want to get him to 1,000. Oh, my bad. That's how many people he's following. No, he's got 62,000 followers. Never mind. He doesn't need any help. Love you guys. Take care. Thanks for watching. Hashtag keep it up, and bye, guys.